What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, cloud swing traders? Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. We are on day 4 of free week, so hope you guys are enjoying it so far. Hope you guys are learning a lot. Free week is in a pretty crazy pivotal time where do we rotate? Do we not? Looks to me like the candle that we were looking to break down has broken, and we did get a relatively decent close. Again, is this going to be the big pullback and now we head right to recession? I don't see that yet. I think a little bit of a pullback could make sense and is probably needed for a healthy run as well. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We do have a little gap down today, but as much as the market might not be dependable for bulls and bears, what is dependable is we got you guys each and every day waking up to even just get a little bit better every day, learn something new every day, grow a little bit, and really set yourself up well for the future. We got Adam in the house. Good morning to you, AK Alan. We got Albert. Good morning to Alex, Amy, Anna B, Bill. We got Brooke in the house. Daniel. Good morning to DC. Dr. Joe. Dr. Joe, you probably got to give some heart medicine to some of the bulls today. Maybe just a little bit. Ernesto, we got Ivo in the house. Good morning to Jason, Joe, Joel, Jolie, and JT. Good morning, Julie. Kelsey, good morning. We got Kyle, Lauren, Lucian, Martina, Matthew, Michael, Mike B. Good morning to Nancy Jones. We got Nelson in the house. Nick, good morning. Pam, Peter, Raul, Rich. We got Sean Bell, Ron, good morning. Rick, GJ, Shane, Simon, Stacy, Stan, Sylvan. Whew, the list goes on. Sebastian, good morning to you. We got Warren Wynn, everybody out there, YouTube land. Good morning to you as well. Man. We got Adam throwing in some tickers already. He wants to take a look at Run, Etsy, Wayfair, Fastly, Bud. We got some nice gaps. Lauren wants to take a look at LUV, Fiverr. All right, let's get to it. So like I said, a little bit of a gap down again today. I believe the number is 73% of the companies that have reported already have actually beat on earnings, and we are pulling back. So again, it's a little bit of a sign that I think it's sell the rip, not buy the dip on some of these opportunities. There's definitely some good quality companies out there. But we'll see how far this thing wants to fall. If you guys got puts, they're probably looking decent this morning as well. And in a bigger picture, I see somewhere in this zone that's just under 445 to, we'll call it 440. Somewhere around there, I think we could get the pullback. I've had this number on my screen forever, 438.91. That was a spot I was looking for, maybe some kind of original bounce, drop, correction. That hasn't happened. If we're looking in terms of risk reward, I mean, even down at this 438, that would not even be a 50% pullback, right? So I think 431 could be in the cards potentially. So again, all of this is okay in the market because you could make money to the downside. So the toughest part of trading is when you're getting that change from bulls to bears, because you don't know how strong the bull's going to be. You don't know until they tell you. So I think this is telling me we should probably be cautious to the bullish side. Maybe look more bearish. However, this is a retest gap at open. So far, yes, right now we are at a little bit of support. So I think maybe we get some kind of a bounce at open and then look to fade. So do I want to go bullish at open? Probably not unless I get in trouble. Probably unless I'm looking to get in trouble. But I'll see what else is out there. And otherwise, maybe we could be a little bit patient at open and then see if we can get some kind of rollover potentially. So that's what I'll be looking for at the market open. Let's see if there's any activity in the Qs. So the Qs is also a gap down. Looks very similar to the SPY. We've already now confirmed that we have lower highs and we're starting to put in lower lows. So again, a little bit of a retest gap, slightly under their support. So that's a little interesting. Maybe we get a little further drop or very, very small retracement, if anything. So I don't even know if this gap is going to fill. I think we get maybe a little bit of a pop and then probably look to find positions to go short and continue to hammer everything short for right now. Lori says, good morning, everyone. I hope the recordings are up from yesterday. I had to be away. I believe they are in, I think Tracy is the one who grabs the recordings and then uploads them into the dashboards. I believe they all should be in your dashboard. Could anybody confirm if the recordings are in the dashboards? Because I just don't know, but they should be, or they will be soon. All right, let me go back to Adam. He's had a few stocks he wants to take a quick look at. So we got Run. They had earnings come out. We beat to the higher side by 49 cents earnings per share. They lost 37 million on the downside. So surprise to the downside. Here you got one that is popping up on a half 50-50. Beat earnings per shares, missed on revenue, Sunrun. Again, I think this market, and that is a gap and go. Here is the volume on this candle, which we're not breaking yet. The next biggest volume candle comes all the way up here where we had some kind of little reversal. Right now, it did get down into a little bit of support. Again, I would just be a little cautious on the bull side. I think if you're going to take this one, your best bet might be something right at open, a pre-market break, move your stops very quickly. And if it's going to run, I don't know how much this is going to run. I do think we're in a little bit of a market where any little bit of profit, I think people want to lock in this type of market. Is there something on my screen? Oh, it's like a little dot or something. I was like, what is it? I thought it was a fly or something on my screen. I guess I put some kind of marking there. All right. The only thing I would say with this one, though, where it could be a little bit different, and out of everything out there, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily look bullish because it is, I wouldn't look bearish because it is bullish, but on the bullish side, I think it's going to be a little tough too, just because I think we are trying to sell some of the rips. This one does look a whole heck of a lot different than probably every other stock that we'll look at. At least this is into some kind of, this one hasn't had that crazy run. You are at a longer term support. So there's some reasons where somebody might be interested to buy this thing. Again, I just don't know how far it will run with the market that we have today. So I almost either want to wait for this thing to come back and then try it lower. But yeah, if the market was bullish, if the market was looking like we were still running bullish, this would be an easy bull buy. I would be terrified. Not terrified, but I'd be a little uneasy at least to buy run bullish today with a little bit of gap up, and earnings were just okay. But you do have a longer term support down there. So that'd be the one thing, and it doesn't look like it just had a huge run up. All right, we got Etsy. So this one's gapping down. Should be a retest gap, but again, I would be looking for seeing if this thing could come lower if I'm going to buy anything. In this type of market, I feel like I want to buy everything as low as humanly possible. That would take me to about 83.30. Not sure if that gets there today. We do have a support. This is technically a retest gap. You should have some room to the upside, but that's if you're daring to play bullish. 91.17. Otherwise, you can't really short this thing. It is down a lot, and you are going to hit some heavy support. Again, the max I think we probably run into, unless this market goes crazy, is 83.47. And I think that's a stretch for today as well after that amount of gap. So I'm kind of in the do nothing zone so far. I know that's probably not what you want to hear, but I would be just be very cautious. Probably not take it out of the gate and see if there's a legit setup somewhere that would make sense. Wayfair continues to just rally. Wayfair, some of these names, I mean, some of these names, they do have some room to go. There's not a lot. We're definitely in the area. We got one more spot that could be 83.48. After 83.48, this thing is gone. This thing is back into the hundreds. So we've been watching this one for a while. I think we have had a couple trades on this one, but it is a gap and go after a strong run up. I would look for. I wouldn't. Again, I wouldn't try to short this thing, but I feel like this one has to pull back a little as well, especially if the market in general is going to enter the sell the rip. This might be looking for a fade, but anything past that $84 range, so there's still a little bit of room to the upside. Stalls out at 82, 83, 84, somewhere there. And then I think this one would have to pull back a little bit. Otherwise, this one is just straight gone, and we do end up getting a pretty crazy rally on Wayfair. Vastly. These are all some decent short floats too. Wayfair. Fastly. Nice little gap up. Some of these little names are still trying. Still trying. Some of the big dogs are getting clapped, but the Fastlies came out, beat on both earnings per share, 6 cents to the upside, beat by 3.5 mil on the revenue side of things. So decent report. Definitely not at all-time highs. I don't know if we get back to, I don't know if we get back up to, where were we? 120 or something. We hit 135. Quite the drop this thing has had. Quite the drop. I feel like at this point, anybody that is bag holding is numb to the pain. So I don't think any gap up, they're going to get shaken out. And if you've just bought recently, you have 135 in your head, and you're probably not going to get out. It's got a little more resistance up here, so I think to the bull case of things, 1878. This is tough because all these so far have a little bit more bullish feel to them. They're all gap and goes to the bullish, but the entire market is kind of coming down a little bit. So any of these, on an individual stock, that could look decent, but then you're going to go against. You're going to be going against the overall market. Immediate target 1803. If that one breaks, the next target is probably about 1928. So it's got some room. It's got a little struggle bus. See if that one actually comes down for a retest before buying, if you do choose to go long on it. And Bud reports. Let's see where they came in. Do we have any? There it is. Took a while. What is this? Why is earnings and revenue in gray? I've never seen that before. That's odd. Okay. So Anheuser-Busch, they are gapping up. This should be technically a retest gap. We are into some moving averages as well. If this thing could break the level we're at now, which is roughly 57.52, I think to a bullish case 58.18, but again, it is a retest gap technically. You're going to start hitting a little bit of maybe support 57.23 and down to 56. This one I think will be a little bit of a slow mover, so we'll have to see on this, but technically that would be a retest gap. You are clearing at least one day of decent volume. Haven't quite made it past the next. Risk to reward wise, if this thing comes up a little bit, this is probably how I would look to play it. The higher this thing comes up, your stop is going to be somewhere around 58.28, 58.22. That's probably where your stop is going to be. If you start breaking out of this candle with that volume, most likely it's rebounding and you're looking to go long. So the higher you could get on this candle, which I don't know where that would be, maybe around 57.70, and then you have about a 52-cent stop, something like that. But again, is Bud gonna move like crazy? Probably not. I don't think. All right, LUV. I'm behind on the chat pane too, by the way. LUV. Trading view every day this week has just been so slow. So slow to give me those pre-markets. There it is. All right, so gap down here. That's breaking a nice little level. This one is trending downwards. That could be a 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe this is wave 5. But let's see. A little tiny bit of support right here. Otherwise, I think next target takes us to 31.37. We got a nice little support in here too. See if this one bounces first, maybe just at this little support. And then I think short is the direction. You have some decent looking shorts. Momentum looks everything downwards. Let's draw a fib on this one because we do look like we're at the 50 or the 618. Fib. Somewhere in here. We're right below the 618. All right, so see if we get it bounce now into this 32.58 zone. 32.56. That should be your retest into the 618. And then in a longer term picture, you're probably looking for more of 100% retracement, but I would say at least the next level down would be 30.69. So, all right, let's scoot this one up higher on the list. Let's see, even though it is a gap and go, I'm going to see if we get a little bounce in LUV, and then I'm going to look for more continuation, especially if it can't break that 32.56 zone. So we'll see, we'll get that up there. FVRR. Fiverr. Let's take a look at cars. So we got Fiverr with a little bit of a gap up. Again, some of these small names, they're doing something different than the market. It's very interesting. And then the question is any of these gaps enough to continue when most of the market is really essentially selling the rips? Is this a rip? And all of these other ones too, you're not at all-time highs, which is interesting. On a day like today, this is making it, that would make these very difficult for me to play. But this is a, I hate going against the actual trend in the market for right now. And again, we could see a little bit of this work in the morning, but I would have to take profits relatively quickly. I'm probably going to be out at 1.2 if I take these things bullish, because the market itself is technically a little bit of a retest gap. So if we do retest and then you have some of these small names, I don't think it's a big move on the SPY. I'm not sure, but you got to watch out for like $30.92 and 31.10. But yeah, some of these smaller names, they might be a decent play because they are gap and goes. They look good. I got to add this one to the list, and I might have to take this one if the market does want to give me any type of a bounce. These smaller names, it would be the one early, but I'm going to be quick on the bullish side of things. Let's get all these up here. Maybe I have way too many stocks on my list. I think maybe that's slowing down. Trading View. Come on, guy. Go right here. There it is. All right. IWM. IWM is I would imagine that these guys are actually gapping up a little bit, but let's see. No, gapping down. That's another one. Inside day from yesterday. I thought with all these little small gap ups that this thing would actually be more positive. You're at a little bit of support if that thing breaks. The next level down is 193.87. Past that, you're looking for about 193.49. And then if that breaks, you start to get the bigger moves. That's where 191.38 comes in. And I don't think we hit this today, but 188.89. So you have some other key levels that you could break through, but right now we're still holding the base of this last little consolidation. We're still inside day, so IWM might get a little tricky to trade. Let me see. Win has the YouTube playlist, so there's a link for any of the recordings. They're on YouTube, RLT's YouTube channel. Beautiful. All right, potential gap and fade if it doesn't really go. PayPal's getting hammered. Yep, so we definitely want to take a look at PayPal. And I think, did I skip Ron? I think I did. Was it Car? All right, so we got PayPal. Yep. So these guys again, they beat on earnings, both on revenue, both on uh earnings per share. I do have an order out there for market buy at open. So I rode this thing from somewhere in the 62, 63. I sold it, I think a little early, 73, $74 range, somewhere in here. And I'm looking just to buy back those shares at open. I'm also looking on this one at open to sell a put because in a long-term basis, I do like PayPal. We've done a few sessions on this one. I'm going to be throwing in an order for probably about a $60 put sale, $60 strike, and I'll probably take it to, I guess, like September, mid-September, whatever the monthly September is. So I am actively looking to buy PayPal. So full disclosure. And I do already have the order in the broker to buy this one. So this one should be a retest gap. Let me see if again, the earnings were good. It was their forecast that was a little bit I think they had a loss in users, I believe, in accounts. So the market's not going to like that one. They are without a CEO right now, and I think as soon as you get a word of, hey, here's who the CEO is, I think you will get some kind of pop on it. But I will be buying this thing down, dollar cost averaging, and I do like it for the long term as well. Really anywhere under 65. The only reason I have the order out there now is just because I technically already bought it here. I locked some profits in, and I'm just kind of getting back into the position. So I do have the market order, and then if this thing drops lower, like I said, if I get shares at 60, fine, I'm good with that, and then I'll sell some puts lower as well. But I do want this one to come down as low as possible because I want to buy good companies at really good pricing. PayPal. So again, this one is a pretty massive gap down. I think any of those bulls on that run up at least are trapped. This is technically a gap and go. We are in between the 50 and the 618. Let's see if this one comes down a little bit. Maybe we could get to that 65.60 if we have not already done that pre-market. But that'd be the 618 bounce. Otherwise, somewhere in between 67, 66 and 65.60, I think we will be looking to have some type of buyers step in. And I would be one of them for me personally. So on a day trade basis, I'd probably be looking bullish as well. See if we can play that fade. It is a pretty large gap on it. But let me put PayPal higher on the list for now as well. If they let me. There it is. Ron, I think, wanted to look at car. That Avis budget group. Let's see where they're coming in at this morning. Sun big short float. Avis gap down, still in this big massive candle. Kind of looked almost like exhaustion volume for the sell side of things, even though it's not that big of a sell. So that was a retest, just overdid the retest completely. Until you get outside of this candle, I would be very cautious one way or the other. I think if you don't like this company and you want to short Avis, if you could get any type of rally into 220, 26, that's our spot even today for day trade. That's where I'd be looking to go probably bearish on it. Keep in mind, sentiment at open at least was bearish, and then this thing just went crazy. So there's a little bit of a weird candle on it. You definitely have some levels down further. The next stop really under 200, so 199.98, and then probably start getting into 196, 196.60. But again, it is a gap and go from yesterday, but you're still inside that just bizarre candle. So be careful on that one. Sun has a big short float. Sunoco has a short float. Really? Actually surprised on that one. Let's see where the gap is, if we have one. I don't see any pre-market numbers on this unless it's just some massive gap somewhere. Doesn't really look like this one's doing anything crazy. Either that or I'm just absolutely missing something on this. But yeah. I don't have much to work off of this one. Maybe on a swing trade basis, you got to be careful. You are at some kind of decent pivot. It's going to hold you back a little bit. I don't see where even if it does have a big short float run, I would just be careful. I don't see any reason why shorts would be scared today. Runs gaps right into the 10 EMA. If it doesn't rally, likely to fade. Yeah. W gapping above a year worth of price, but into resistance. Small resistance on, yeah, I agree. Small resistance on Wayfair, but there is a little bit there. So see if it pulls back first. Run as big short float 2, cars, bear gap, and go. But I'm concerned about some of the small names. I mean, some of them look good. Bud potential hit resistance 59.11-ish and then roll over. Yep. I agree. As long as you have your stop above that previous red candle, and I apologize, I'm just catching up on all these chats. Dash for trash. Good morning to Hector. Who let the bears out? Who let their bears out? Upwork looks better than Fiverr. Where's oh, there's the pre-market. I was starting to think my pre-market thing of where it tells me where the price is gone. So yeah, there's a nice little gap up. You still have this resistance up here though. You had a little bit of a bullish run into it. Any of these bears might be trapped, but they had time to get out as well. I think Upwork could be shortable here. Let's see what their earnings were. They beat by 10 cents. So they were supposed to lose. And they actually had a 10-cent surprise gain to the upside. So that's not bad. And then revenue basis, they beat by $6 million. So, okay. Decent. The one thing I would be concerned is you do have a huge heck of a lot of congestion up here a little bit. I have to put this on the list. I don't know if I want to play this one bullish or bearish because it is a massive, absolutely massive gap on the bullish side. I think I might want to play this as a fade, but that's scary as well. So we'll see. I'm going to get it on the list. We'll watch some of these small names that open. I would say pull back probably somewhere into the 1150 zone to the downside. I'm wondering if any of those bulls really want to take profits. Do they love this company or they're like, just buy low? Ivo says you should use the TradingView desktop app. You're probably not wrong, but I hop around from place to place. So for me, I just use the web. I like it. I like it. And it's only been this week where it kind of loads a little slower. I don't know if I have just too many indicators in there or what, but Zillow Group, let's see where their pre-market comes in, but they had earnings as well. So they had surprise beat, nice beat, 20 cents to the upside, and then 33 million surprise beat. And they're gapping down. See, this is what I'm seeing more. A lot of those smaller companies I'm looking at, like they've been absolutely crushed. I guess this one's had a decent run up already. Zillow, I kind of like for the fade down lower. If you can't hold those candles with those type of earnings, you're probably looking to come down. I'm going to see if I can play this one bearish. That would be a decent bear play. That's some room to run as well. There is the morning opening bell. So as soon as I get Zillow up here somewhere, let's see if it lets me. There it is. It's giving me a green candle at open. Everybody out there in YouTube land, you guys are absolutely incredible. Make sure you can just hop on over to reallifetrading.com, click the banner. We do have free week still continuing. You guys, it's not too late, and you get to hang out, trade with us. Otherwise, you guys are incredible. Catch you guys tomorrow. Take it easy. All right, let me see if I can get TOS up. I didn't make it all the way through. Not all the way. Let me get this one over here. All right. So you're getting some buying at the beginning of the day. And again, it is technically a retest gap. So how patient I want to be. Where's Zillow? Amazon's still looking a little bit weak. PayPal. Sure, I got filled on that one. Let me see if I could just sell a put real quick. And PayPal might be a decent one for us to day trade as well. PayPal. Put sell to open. Not do you guys have to do it, want to do it, agree or disagree with the decision, but I'm gonna sell a put for September 15th on PayPal, $60 strike. Because I don't mind owning shares at that price. And I'm in. Okay. All right. Palantir. Palantir's looking decent. Cook, COOK. Nice little breakout on Cook. PayPal, I might want to play this one as well as a day trade, 66.97. Again, I don't think the earnings were that bad. 66.97. And for right now, stop would be somewhere in the 65, 66. So right now, 65.66. My personal day trade PayPal, 66.97 by 65.66. Throw this in Slack. UIPL. Limit 65.97. Oh, 66.97. And if it does break down from here, we'll just wait and cancel. But I got that one in there just in case. Palantir could be interesting. Again, I don't know if I want to get caught up too much on some of these bull plays. Man, there's a lot of good setups though. If I thought this market was about to go bullish, if I had any inkling of that, let's 441.32, 441.32. Even on, I mean, do I want to play Tesla instead? 253.82, 253.82. 251.93. I don't know which one they're gonna let me get. 251.93. What's up, Rob? How are you, man? 251.93. I kind of like. These are looking good. I know these are easy traps, but and they're not even gonna let me get that red candle in on Tesla. They're not gonna let me get it on Nvidia. Cook is still a possibility, but Cook is already ran. I mean, you're up 50% on Cook. And we might be able to readjust PayPal. Do I want to do that, though, is a question. It will have to be a cancel regardless. So I'm going to cancel PayPal. So cancel PayPal. And let me throw that in Slack. W massive. Yeah, let me get That one up there. Palantir still looks good. Wayfair. We buy this one 82.6. Yeah, that's around where the resistance is. 82.61. Let's go a little bit wider. 77.86. That seems too wide. That seems, I mean, that's just these candles are massive. I'm going to come up higher on that stop. 78.93. Personal day trade. W 82.61 by 78.93. If I could get it. Right. 81, 82.61. 2.61. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, typing takes so long. I gotta go with a limit. Is anybody else in there? I just switched it over to a limit. I don't love the fact that I have to do that, but PayPal maybe. Oh, it's too. They couldn't wait one more second. This has been my week. Every time in the morning, you see that play. There's a couple I missed. That'd be gross. That'd be gross if I don't get filled. And then if I do get filled, it's probably coming back and whatever. We'll see. I'll leave it out there. SPY did do a little pop and drop currently. Again, we'll see where that candle closes. Oh, that was a Zillow. Nice little retest. So Zillow could be decent if it's going to fade something. But again, everything's showing some weird strength again. What should have been a little bit more to the bullish field, but keep in mind it is a retest gap. So I did say Wayfair's not on A cap. Yeah, not everything, not every asset would be. All right, we'll see what else is out there though. See if we get something else for the 8 cap players. Boeing looks interesting. If that's a red candle. Nice little almost double bottom from pre-market. Let's try Boeing. 232.48. 232.48. You better stay red, Boeing. That's all I can tell you. You better stay red. You better not just absolute monkey around. 230.31. Boeing should be on 8 cap. All day trade. BA. 232.48 by 230.31. No, Boeing is definitely on 8 cap. I'm like at least 92.5% sure. I think it is. I don't know if it goes under BA though. Type in the actual word Boeing and see if it pops up. You did? I really thought it was. Sean says no. Let me try to get this Boeing ordered into my broker real quick before it does something stupid and then I'm crying all day. 8 stop limit. 32.48. All right. I got that set up. Wayfair. It's garbage. Adam, you got in? Neo, I don't believe Neo's an A cap. I would safely bet that Neo's not. Boeing is a surprise to me though. I'm very surprised on Boeing. Didn't make the cut. Oh wait, hold on. Am I in on Wayfair? Wait a second. I am in on Wayfair. Okay. All right, hot dog. Let me get my stop in real quick though. I was almost gonna have to cry for 3 hours. 9.3. That's my stop. Okay. Just under an R at this point. I'm gonna go for the 1.2 if I could get it. I almost just want to grab my profits, to be honest. I just got filled on Boeing as well, so now this is getting crazy. All right, filled on Boeing. Get my stop there. Stop on Boeing is 230.31. All right, so I got Boeing out there and I got Wayfair. Let me see Wayfair's chart real quick. Wayfair stop. You got it up to 84.23. That's high. I mean, you can't lose on it, which is good. You're at 2 Rs? You didn't take the same setup then. I was just under an R up there. All right, we'll see what happens. Again, everything's kind of ripping. Probably due for a little pullback. My original stop on Wayfair. So I'm going to put my target in for 1.2. Let me throw that in Slack. So target for me, I'm going to try to hold for 87.02. I'll go 0.03 is my Wayfair target. And then Boeing, I might as well. Boeing gets going, it could go. But let's see where my targets would be. So 2R target on Boeing would be 236.82. I'll throw that one out there. Boeing target is 236.82. And let me just map these out. While those tickers, just ACAP doesn't have every ticker available. I think what it is ACAP has to. I mean, don't quote me on this, but I think ACAP has to pay for the access to those tickers. So I think it's some of the most popular one, which is why I thought Boeing was definitely in there. Or at worst case, there's like I think they have to manually load it too, so it's just not every ticker. I believe, but definitely not every ticker. All right, let me get the trades mapped out. Wayfair. Let's see if we can get a little higher. So we got today's VPOC somewhere around 82.64. So we're gonna get a bounce. That's where that should come in. The 3-minute charts. I've seen this too with these small names. They just don't get that little pop. Second one. 87.03 is my target. And then we got in 82.61. Bullish. And we got a stop at and the SPY is kind of just hanging out. The SPY worries me. Stop is at 78.93. Okay, let me throw this in Slack. This is copy link. Pastes. Oh, dang it. Didn't copy. Delete message. Okay. There you go. Now it's copied. So many issues today. All right, so that's up there. Now I'm gonna move my stop to 83.40. I think. And it's still doing its thing. It's almost there. Let me just wait. Let me wait out a couple candles. This is order status. Okay. And then we'll get Boeing mapped out there too in a second. Ron says I was skipped on W. Should I cancel the order? That's your call, big dog. That's your call. Let me see where the current VPOC is. I haven't moved stops or anything as of yet, so if you want to do it, you still can technically. I think it does have the ability. I'm hoping for one more pop and then just be out. But if it does want to roll, it could definitely come back into our entry. It could also. I'm gonna move my stops to 83.41. So 83.41 new stop. 83.41. This way we can't lose on that. W new stop 83.41. And if we get one more pop on this thing, that'd be fantastic. But if not, change. How spready is that one? SPY is trying. I mean, it's not, again, free fall zone yet. Boeing, I think we're up a little bit on so far. Very small. But if this market does just collapse, which I don't know if it will or not, but then Boeing will definitely collapse with it. So I do have to watch that one. Wayfair is a little bit of a different beast, so maybe not react the same. News is coming out of 10. Ron's like always giving me good news. Ron's always just giving me good news. Tesla for a pullback, not yet. Not yet. Be careful on that one. The SPY really hasn't retested anything yet. We do have a bullish engulfing candle on PayPal with an inside candle resting. Come on, Wayfair, one more pop. But you could start to look for a pullback on Tesla. Just be very careful in this one. This, again, yesterday it ran pretty crazy. And I was looking for a double top, and it kind of just did a blow off top, and then it came down. So maybe it does something like that today, but I'd have to assume that weird strength. You are down a lot. The 250 zone is a spot that kind of got bought up yesterday as well. And if the market hasn't even closed the gap yet, um, everything I think still has a little bit more room that you could get some buying in. Maybe not Boeing though. Boeing is just. Let's see if I can move stops on Boeing. I'm gonna move to 230.64. New stop on Boeing. 230.64. New stop on BA. So just moving it a little bit. Nothing crazy. 230.64. Seeing if I can get any type of pivot on Boeing. That's all. And Wayfair still looking decent until the news comes out, like Ron promised me. We do have the Wayfair. I'm going to move my stops on Wayfair up as well. So 84.44. 84.44. New stop on W. 84.44. Just because the VPOC moved up, so I don't really want to break that down now. And we'll see what happens. Where do we get in? 82.61. And what's an R? 86.29 is an R, so we were almost at the R. I tried W for a second time, but missed it. Closed the first position around 1.3. It's beautiful. You definitely had to have a different setup than me. No way. Amazon earnings out today. Any news? And then error on my chart looks like earnings are tomorrow. Yeah, they have not come out yet on Amazon. Not yet. Let's see what else looks good out there. Come on, a little bit more. You can do a Wayfair, get to your target. Because at least if I could lock the 1.2 in here, that would be fantastic. Even if I could lock the R in, then I can't really lose on the day. I'm going to actually move my stops to 85 even at this point. Stop, $85. Slack. 5.00, new stop on W. So far looking good, but yeah, again, if that candle starts to break, there was a little bit of volume on that one too. But I'm just trying to hang in there for a little bit longer. It still looks decent. Just not willing to really sit through a pullback on it, especially because I don't know how Boeing's acting yet. And then Nvidia, man, both of those, Nvidia and Tesla both had great setups. If we could have just had those two candles closed, it would also be two other trades set up on that thing for me. But Apple earnings as well tomorrow. Yeah, we still got a lot of the big dogs still reporting. So we're not, I mean, at this point, it's like, can they save the market or not? If they come out good and we don't end up just selling any rips, we could be decent. So we'll see. I'm gonna get my stops up further on Wayfair if I can. I'm just going aggressive on this one. It's early in the month. Let me get to 85.80. 85.80. New stop. Come on, give me that 50 more cents. And then if there's an S curve on Boeing, we'll look good there too. Again, SPY did try to go bullish, ran right into that pre-market support. We're getting at least a little pullback, maybe resting candle. Maybe some profit taking on the SPY. Not really sure yet. But for the most part, besides PayPal, everything else looks decent out of the gate. Come on, you know you want to go a little more, Wayfair. Good question. Good question. I would for me, I have to wait for a pullback. You're up about $10, $11 from the lows of the day. So again, doesn't mean it's not going to keep going higher, but there's got to be some kind of pullback to some extent, and if not, then I really don't need to play it. I'm going to move my stops on Boeing up as well. 231.46. 231.46. New stop on Boeing. And I'm also going to get my stops up on Wayfair. 80. Where are we at? 85.80, right? That's not going to give me much. 86.15, new stop on Wayfair. 86.15, new stop on Wayfair. I'm just cornering it now in case it does want to pull back. That's all. And if it wants to either stop us out, we make money, a lot of money. If we want to hit target, we'll make even more money, but that's up to the market. And I moved my stop on Boeing, but I don't think I actually did in the broker. So 231.46. Let me do that now. 231.46. I'm confused. All right. And I'm out on the Wayfair. So they got me on that one. All right, so trailed out there, Apple long. EL. Not yet. He said not after that candle. Yeah, not yet. Maybe after this candle though. So if this one closes red and the market wants to cooperate, then yeah. Did I actually change my stops on Boeing? I don't think I did. Let me do that real quick. I think I was about to, then got distracted. Yep. So let me move this. What do I have it now? 231.46. 231.46. All right. So if we get that S curve and that pop. So far, it hasn't happened yet. Little stubborn, still living inside the dream of this high wave, but we do have our stops up. Can't lose a full R. And between the two trades, I can't lose today yet. Got out of Nvidia, so yeah. So again, Sebastian, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Is anybody who was in there earlier, which I try to, I just didn't hit market buy instead of tried to set up a trade. Anybody who is in this one, I think is going to start to look to take profits as opposed to seeing if this thing could continue to run. Right, even if that means just shaving shares and letting it run further. But at some point, they're going to be looking to unload, and I think you'd be buying into the kind of unload zone. Yeah, because well, it's deceiving because they're telling you you're only up even $7 at this point. I think when we talked about it before, it was less. But realistically, from the lows of the day, the pre-market low, you're up a lot. All right, we'll see if Boeing wants to carry through. Let me map out Boeing. So this way I can put that one into Slack as well. And then we can start to look for something else because otherwise I can't lose on the day, so we can take another trade. Especially if I can get my stops to break even on Boeing. If it wants to take me there. $232.48. This is bullish. Okay. Target, we're going for 236.82. It's a really nice target. Oh, now wait for it would have popped. Dang it. This one copy. Try to get copy link. All right, that is copied. And let's just share this one into Slack so they have the chart. Netflix ripping. Ripposaurus Rex. NFLX. Yeah, that one's straight mooning. Moon Lambo. Raul says got out of W for 86.75, messed up the numbers. Don't worry, we all messed up. Yeah, it went through our target, Raul. So what are you gonna do? First successful day trade ever. Beautiful. All I've done so far is swing trade. Man, welcome to the life of day trading. There's some ups, some downs, some smiles, some frowns, but at the end of the day, there's actually no difference than swing trading, just timing. And realistically, if because I know a lot of people, which I was always like I was always like, I need day trading for me. So like when I started, it was almost like day trading, but then I would also swing and stuff like right away. I didn't realize it like never occurred to me until I was doing some of the coaching and mentoring groups and things like that. Where like this one guy that I had, he was like, yeah, I only swing trade. I'm like, oh, so do you want a day trade? He's like, no. I'm like, but why? He's like, I just too quick. It's too quick for me. And I was like, I guess that makes sense. But it's the same thing. Like it's not like day trading is not that scary. It's just if you especially if you're successful at swing trading, essentially it's the same thing. You're just playing the candles, right? Just on a small time frame. And just the only thing that really has to build is confidence, right? So just which only comes from screen time. It only comes from just seeing trades over and over again, seeing setups over and over again. But the same thing that applies on the candles for the swing trade applies for the day trade. So, but yeah, he's a very analytical person. So he loved having like 12 hours to design a trade. But Yeah, it could definitely see $90. But again, no pullback. This market, and in the in trading view, if you remember in the morning, I was like, we only have one real spot. That's why I like this Wayfade trade. Like, let me look at this real quick. Let's throw this one onto it. Like, it could have more room. Let's see where it is. Wayfair. On the daily. So this volume right here, there's nothing. There's nothing. 9160 would probably be the next one. 9185, I think we could actually get to. And that's a blip on the map. Like, there's very, very little anything here. So going forward, and I don't know about today, that would be wild, but you can see 106, 106.11. We could probably even get into like the 113s, 114. Like, it's got a lot of room without any liquidity. Do you know if there's a volume chart like that on TUS? Essentially, with this, so this is the Lux Algo volume profile. So on TradingView, it's free. Just type in Lux LUX and then volume profile. I didn't change any of the settings that this gave me, but essentially all it is volume profile. So they don't have obviously the Lux Algo version, but you could change, I believe, the settings in TOS, which I don't know how to do. Thomas Wong, who's part of the team, he's very, like, I don't know how they don't give him credit for just inventing TOS. Like, he knows every single in it. Like, I call customer support on TOS, and it took me 3 guys to talk to, and I still didn't get an answer. Thomas Wong's like, no, just hit the button. And you're like, okay, got you. Like, very knowledgeable. So if you need something designed, Thomas Wong could do it. Yeah, I think I told you guys that story too, right? Um, the answer that the third guy, after scheduling 3 appointments with TOS, all I was trying to do, all I was trying to do is because I went from one computer to another, and like, this is my desktop, but the other one got ruined. So I was like, okay, I got to re-upload TOS, and for some reason the charts didn't save, or whatever the case was. But on my other TOS, see how much room this thing has? Like, this thing has a lot of room here on both sides. Like this. That was never on my other chart. But when I went to upload the newer version on the new laptop, this was here. And then I like to keep this many charts on my screen, but it would narrow down everything. It wouldn't, it was like, it was great. Like, they're not even showing some numbers on the side. I'm like, this is like, all we have to do. He's like, well, you could have less charts. I'm like, well, you could have less, just blank space. That would be good too. So after like the third guy, he was like, he was talking about something completely different. And I was like, this is not it. And he's like, well, we can't know everything about TOS. I'm like, but you are legitimately customer service of TOS. Like, I'm not going to sit here and expect you to know everything, but I feel like somebody on the customer support team has had to have dealt with that, because that wasn't there before. So I'm still stuck with it. I haven't figured that one out yet. But as far as I know, they don't know everything. That's that's all I got from them. All right, so Boeing could be a little double top as you got some wicks up here. It's not really doing what I want. Kind of feel like I almost want to bail on Boeing and look for something else completely. Daily charts. Just a slow mover. It's not doing what I want it to yet, but let me see if that's even feasible for me, or if I just have to grow a little patience. I think I got to grow some patience. 231, we get that up there. I'm going to move my stop up a little higher though. 231.94. 231.94. New stop on Boeing. I'll give it a shot. You only get one shot, one opportunity to move your stop. Change 231.94. All right, so that's updated. And this is the candle on Wayfair that I was terrified of. Thinking Wayfair 86.20. I would almost go with the same order we had before. I would almost have that same order up. Because this thing's already moved a lot. I expect, like, that's a very good hammer to come down to retest. I don't know if we're going to get there or not. All right, we got Boeing finally starting to move. Otherwise, it's been a big turd. Clark says volume profile not as great, but there's something similar there. Yeah, so volume profile, I don't like it as much in TOS, but also I'm not Thomas Wong smart, I don't think, but he goes in, like, he edits it so it looks completely different. He's got like a Lamborghini out there in the market. So I got like a play school car with like the foot pedals that you just run, pretty much, essentially run while sitting. But yeah, if you make the changes to it's good, but the way it comes standard, yeah, I don't like it as much either. You're gonna go short Tessie? Yeah, a little Flintstone car. You could short Tessie, but that's really your only first little dip. Market hasn't really pulled back yet. That's really the first dip in the market, which is also a retest, and you're getting some buying. Netflix is still going crazy. Let me see if we can now move the stops on Boeing. Can I get the break even yet? I'm going to go slightly higher than break even, and it is what it is. 239, 232.59. 232.59. New stop on Boeing. 232.59. Let me just update that, and then we'll just let it roll. 232.59. All right, so I got that one up. Can't lose on that one. We got some gains on Wayfair. So far, so good. And let's look for something else. What else can we do? Let me just run through the list what we're looking for. So PayPal still coming down a little bit. Upwork had a nice little run at the beginning of the day. That one's starting to pull back. Let's run through these things together. So is this on the 618 is the question. This is probably your bounce spot for Upwork if you missed it in the beginning of the day. Zillow. Nice move from the open, just kind of chilling. This one, what do we get? 232.59 or something? I think something like that. Which we could definitely get stopped out of. But I'm hoping somewhere in the zone we don't. It's aggressive. Just didn't really do out of the gate what I wanted. So if I could lock a little gain in, fantastic. Fiverr, that's a nice little blow off top. So that one's pulling back down. Fiverr could be actually a decent short if we could get under 32.48. Then it would have a lot of room, probably back to like 31.30. LUV. Hanging out. Tessie again. All right. I think Win, you're probably in on Tesla short. You get a massive move out of the gate. Probably underneath this green candle would be an interesting spot, but you do have a little support at 255.34 and then 255.18. That was a heartbreaking miss from Nvidia and Tesla today. Dang it. The candles did not want to close for me. We were close. I even had the order set up on my spreadsheet. We were ready to go. It was almost in Slack. Hey. Microsoft. Let's take a look real quick. AMD. So that one is up slightly, 2.5%. That's not bad. Microsoft. That kind of looks like a little bit of head and shoulders. And it is a retest gap. I might want to set this short. I think we can start looking short on things. So my stop would be here. Stop right there. Entry right here looks good. Bearish. That would be 326.88. 328. 326.88 by 328. Meaning that if this candle breaks down, we probably come lower. Wayfair is possible to get it. Yeah. It doesn't help. It's a little bit more spready too. The question is, do we want to try to come in higher on this one? So I could technically do this too. I don't know. 326.93. That would be at least a little higher. The market's not really collapsing either. I like that stop location a heck of a lot. And then we would need, even if we go for a 1.2, that's 325.64. So 1.2 is doable. All right, I'm going to set that up. My personal day trade, MSFT. 326.93 by 328. Copy. Let me get this in Slack. MSFT. Sell shorts. Limits. 326.93. 326.93. I just got stopped on Boeing. And come on, broker. What are you doing to me? Oh, short. My broker's being extremely slow. Let's switch it to a limit. All right. So I got the order open. I'm not filled yet. Boeing. I had to switch this thing over. It was taking forever to get the order in. But I'm in there now. So for you guys, I'd be looking for like 325.64. 325.64 is the target on MSFT. I probably got filled now. Let's see. Still open somehow. Oh, put 327. What a dummy. All right, I am filled on Microsoft. Let's make my stop in. Ron, you with me on Microsoft? Beautiful. 328 is going to be my stop. Let's just hope this is not a trap candle. A decent close. It's an okay close for us. All right, so I got the stop in place. We're good to go. Let me share the chart in Slack. I think we got targets at 325 and change. 325.64. Target. Okie doke. Melissa, you're in on Microsoft. Your target's 325. Love it. Way to try to beat me, Melissa. I thought we were friends. Now this. We'll see. So this is still 1, 2, 3, 4 candles in a row red. You did make the higher lows. We're just trying to catch a little bit more movement. I think we'll hit some resistance soon. Why is this thing not copying? That still did not copy, did it? Let me try it again. Copy link. Do it. Copy the link. There it is. All right, let me add this one to here. So small win on Boeing. Wayfair was decent. Let's see if you get, so you're trying to get 325. So essentially that would be, all right, you're shooting for like a 1.5, 1.6, something like that. I like it. Nice whole number. If this thing does break down, so look at the daily. We will need this to be a reverse flip to red. There's going to be one little spot in here. It could get saved right at this 325.67. That's the next VPOC. If that does break, the next one down, you probably get to at least 325.04, and then you have 323.83. But that depends if this market wants to roll bearish too. Which, who knows? And again, if we can get our stops down, fantastic. I don't think I could do it yet. 3 minutes. Because this is also a very interesting double bottom location. But I like where our stops are at. This line looks like it did move down a little bit. See if we get a little flush going. And then I think, was that Lucian that's in on, somebody said something about Tesla. TSLA. That one's free falling a little bit. You got 254.11. 254.11. And you're going long on this one. Okay, so you're in. You got your stops down at 251.09. Got some wide stops on this Tesla. The way it's falling, though, you might need it. We'll see. You got a couple of spots this thing should bounce. I'll be looking somewhere in this 253.15 zone for maybe a first bounce. And then I'll see what it does at 252.65. So hopefully there's a bounce there for you. But yep, trying to buy low and get out higher. Let me pull up TOS just so I can watch some multiple things at once. And we'll throw Microsoft up since we're in on that one. MSFT. Go, 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 go. Nobody uses computers anymore. Pen and paper for me only. Hector's in long as well. Now I'm going to have to jump in. Cameron got 1.2 on Delta short. Let me see that one real quick. DAL. Yeah, that one had a nice break. Lower highs, good looking break. That's probably a wave 3. But grab that 1.2. Love it. Tesla. Oh, let's go. Nice. All right. See if we can get that same little drop on Mr. Softy. You now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. Did I count right? No, if you still got 5 in a row. 5 in a row without any bounce yet. Still looks a little bit to the weaker side, which is good. That's what we want. SPY is starting to drop. So new low of the day on SPY. Let's see if that helps bring things down. Except for Tesla. Don't worry about Tesla. Ignore Tesla. Just ignore the market. Just you do you. Come on, Elon. All right, Microsoft getting a little bit of bounce. And essentially Tesla here too. And a wave count 1, 2, 3. This is probably your 3 in a short term. Let me see Microsoft on a 15-minute chart as well, just to make sure I'm not going crazy out of my mind. All right, I'm going to lower stops on Microsoft. I'm going to lower it to 327.63. 327.63. New stop on MSFT. Copy. Microsoft. Change stop 327.63. Lucian says I might have lost a finger on the sketch. That's all right. You got 9 more. Still good to go. I might lose a finger or 2 on my short on Microsoft. So I'm not sure if anybody actually that trades the market has any fingers left, to be honest. But you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles in a row. I mean, it's got to be a bounce somewhere, I think. But yeah, the SPY did break through a little bit, so that's not a sign of strength. PayPal starting to bounce. Unfortunately, so is Microsoft, but we will have VWAP in the way. We got the 10 in the way. We'll give it a minute. Give it 1 second. Ann says, "Hi Dan, at a pause or before tomorrow, could you increase the size of your cursor? It's hard to follow." Um, I don't know how to do that. I have no idea, Ann. But if you are missing something or you can't see something, let me know, because most of the time I'm on this chart and I do go crazy. Like I've happy hands, so I do go around a lot. I try to use the pen as much as I can to like circle things and encourage Microsoft to drop. Like, good job. But yeah, otherwise, I don't really know how to do that. Yeah, no, I'm not calling customer service again. They can't know everything. That's impossible. All right, Microsoft bouncing a little bit, but yeah, just slow me down, and also if you have any questions at any time, let me know. Call Jet. I should Chat GPT it. They'll know. I don't even know what to ask Chat GPT though. That's the problem. INTC. Yeah, little double bottom there. All right, this Microsoft. We'll see if this one wants to stay down or not. It's your cursor settings. If it's the cursor. Let's see. System preferences. Mouse. Oh, touchpad. You think it's touchpad? Or no, trackpad. Point click. Track speed, scroll, zoom. Are we out on Microsoft? I'm still in on Microsoft for the second. I'm using a Mac, by the way. I don't know if that helps anybody. But if I can figure out how to do it, I have no problem doing it. I don't have a box that just says cursor. I got keyboard, trackpad, and mouse. Let me try mouse. Yeah, I don't even have a mouse, so that doesn't make sense. All right, it's got to be trackpad. It says no clue. Smart zoom, point click, trackpad. Mike says start again. Mike, how do I ban somebody from the chat? How do I? I'm not quite sure. I got to figure out how to just drop people out of this chat. Start with a real computer. First of all, Mike. First of all. I was you at one point in my life, Mike. I was you at one point in my life. I think I did get stopped out. Yes, I stopped out on that. Let me update Slack on MSFT. But I was always a believer. I was like, Macs are dumb. I hate them. They're the worst. Microsoft's just straight ripping. Could have gone even lower with that stop, I guess. Tried to give it a chance to work. But then my regular computer just kept getting viruses and slowed down, and it was crazy. So then I was like, okay, let me get a Mac because I use it for multiple things. So I'm like, all right, let me get a Mac. The first day I hated life. I did. I was not a fan. But after I figured out like the 1 day of learning curve, I was like, okay, this is pretty good. I'm a fan. So now I can't go back. I'm stuck with Apple forever. If you stop going to those websites, TradingView doesn't give me that many viruses. Yeah, Finviz? Are you talking about Finviz maybe? All right, Brooks got this thing figured out. Let's see. If I go to system preferences, Then in the search bar, upper right, type cursor size. You would think that's something I would have thought about right away. Oh. I don't know. Is this one good? What do you guys think on this one? I like it. I'm using it. It says yes. All right, so this is the one I'm going to stick with. I hope I could click things. I hope so. Too much? No. This is the biggest option they got. This is the biggest one. If you're going to do something, you go all the way. All right. I wish I could like rotate it so it like turns different directions too. Ron says it's bigger than my TV screen. It's time for a bigger screen, I guess, Ron. It's time to upgrade. You need one of those curving laptops. I don't even know. I don't even know. Wow, what is that thing? Okay. Meta. Whoa, look how big my pencil is. This is wild. All right, so Meta is coming down. That's a good retest spot for the Meta. How accurate could I be with my drawings with a pen this big? That's a perfect bounce off the 618 on Meta. I would guess this is probably also the same on Microsoft, but it did look short. This is a wild mouse. I like it. Challenge accepted, Apple. All right. Yeah, good bounce off that 618 too. Should have saw that. But still positive for the day, so we'll take it. What did Boeing end up doing? So Boeing did drop a little bit, but it is still hanging out. Oh, I love the jumbo pencils. Yeah. The only problem is they don't make pencil sharpeners for those. You have to just legit grab a knife as a 7-year-old and whittle until you get your pen back. Brooks is not gonna lie, it's really it's easy to see. Follow up around the screen. It better be. It better be easier because this is the max. I'm on max. LW, if you're getting inside under stop. You're into that VWAP section. Oh, this pen is massive. I don't know if I love it or just like really love it. Those are my only two options. Let me see. I mean, I could see with that amount of selling that came on Tesla, you'd probably get at least a double bottom or something. I would think on Tesla. All right, let me run through the lists. So at least we put our stops down on the softy. Zillow kind of just hanging out. We got Boeing. The retest spot, but didn't really get any love early. Fiverr, LUV. Yeah, is there a setting I can make the pen 3D? And then everyone's got to wear like 3D goggles. That's the new way to trade the markets. I need to tell Johnny how to change it too. Yeah, Johnny has to keep his mouse. I don't know if he uses a Mac though. I don't know. I don't even know why. Honestly, I don't even know why this is a setting to make your cursor this big. I don't know who's out there right now that this is an appropriate size cursor for anybody. I'm not sure. Why? What is the tech person behind this one? I mean, Ray Charles. I don't think this size would affect him either. I don't think this would help him. So I don't think that would be the right clientele. All right, getting up into the VWAP on the Tessie. You do have a 10 EMA on NVIDIA if you want to take it here. It does have some strength to it, but is there a double top ahead of us? 447.78. Oh, man. Typing in my spreadsheet with this mouse is such experience. 442.59, 442.59. 463.35 would be a 2R target. It is up a lot. 10 EMA, you're probably going for 1.2. 454. Oh, even that seems extensive. Everything is just straight rallying. AMD actually looks decent today. We haven't really been paying attention to AMD, but that one is on the move. And it says old people watching on a small iPad. So but with this size, is it just like you could only see the cursor now and nothing else, or this is a this is why you can't teach me new tricks. This is why you can't show me how to do things. As soon as you do, it's all or nothing. It's all or nothing. I can't see your mouse. You might CJ, you might just be in the wrong Zoom link. You might be in the wrong Zoom. I'm not sure. All right, let's see if we can find anything else. We got Microsoft, chilling, GPS. GPS is making a little move for you, Ron. Ron, did you play any of those plays today? Previous thing was premature. This was my Tesla trade. Did not. Okay. MRK, SoFi, Shop. Shop was another one that actually beat on earnings and just kind of dropped. Wayfair still hanging out. Played Microsoft and Boeing. Okay, you got in the two of my strong ones today, huh? Before I sometimes didn't even know what chart you were on. Halfway between all the news size would be fine. No, we're kind of locked in at this point, and yeah, I think I'm in love with this mouse. XPEV just kind of hanging out. Cisco looks a little bit strong. Somebody was talking about INTC. I think you guys already played that one. I think that was Cameron. Oh no, Cameron played Delta. This is the spot for short, but don't. Intel's get a little bounce, kind of just inside, choppy a little bit. Roku's selling off, so new lows of the day on Roku. Interesting spot on First Solar to bounce. Let me see. This is the 15-minute chart. End phase. No. Chewy. No. I'm just running through the list on the other screen. You got some Roku puts, so that low of the day is a beautiful thing for you. Google into the VPOC for right now for the day. If that one breaks, we did say retest gap. It came back up. We retested, starting to come down a little bit. Now the question is this a bear trap or do we continue? I'd like to think that we continue down. Microsoft coming in for that double top now. That would have even broke through our original stop too. You got Amazon. Amazon could be a short. Let me see Amazon real quick. Meta looks like it's starting to come down. AMZN. And again, Apple and Amazon do report. I think Amazon's going to be pretty important to the market. Apple's gonna be key. See if I can find any other. See what else is moving. UCOM ready for a fade. Rock says, "You got your haircut again today, Rock?" All right, let's see. ADSK. It's putting a nice S curve. ADSK. Um, I don't know if I see an S curve on it. Up in this zone, maybe that was definitely the retests. It looks like a retest and down. For the curve, I'd like to see it base out a little bit more, but I'm gonna see QCOM. Um, maybe 1, 2. I mean, this is. Let's say this is my 1, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ABC. So maybe entry above here. Stop down there. If it's going to, that's how I would play it. Again, market. At least we've seen a little bit more volatility today, which is good. But market's just hanging out in this range. So I don't think we've made a break one way or the other yet. Let's see. Nice win on W. Yeah, we had a good little win there. Cindy's asking Lucian, what's your target? If I get one more pullback on Tesla, then I'll join you guys. Just because I want to be getting the fun. PayPal just kind of trading sideways after down a lot. BABA, BABA. That one, wow, a little surprised to the upside today on this. There's your S curve. S curve on a 15-minute. I think we missed it. I feel like we'd have to try to get in at 97.47. We could probably try to do maybe a limit buy. Let me see this thing on the daily chart again. It's at the top of the range for the gap, so this gap will be probably a little resistance right where we're at to. EVGO retesting the 50%. Let's check that out. EVGO. How'd that not work? EVGO. There it is. It is slightly above $5 for now. So technically that will qualify. I think if you were to map out a Fibonacci on this one, Probably start it like here. 595, they're saying is the top. So you're already below the 618 on this one. So now I think that 618 becomes a little bit of a resistance. All right, let's see. Flexible grid. So again, SPY kind of rotating down, back below the moving averages, back below VWAP. I do have a little bit more bearish sentiment than bullish. Do I want to try Microsoft again? I don't know. In this show, guys. I got Oxy. OXY. Oxy's breaking. Yeah, some decent move there. Did we miss it? It was a retest gap, and now we're about 50% of yesterday. So watch these levels, but it does look like it's starting to move a little bit. SQQ. See if there's anything else that I see on the watch list. All right, we do have. Let me see if I can get any good levels on Tesla. Are you guys still in, Lucian? You're still in. I think Cindy. I think you were playing it too. Let's see the daily chart. We're still below we're below today's VPOC. We're below yesterday's. They're at the same location on the daily. It does look like an interesting double bottom, but we did just put in a lower high. I'd have to wait. We're gonna have a lot of resistance above us. Boeing is just hanging out. So if this thing does want to S curve, this is the location on Boeing. I don't know what the SPY wants to do from this location. Now you have almost a head and shoulders on Microsoft. Something like this. I kind of want to play this Microsoft 2 again. 327.41. And I'll just go high of the day, 329.19. 0.19. How bad is Microsoft going to look at the end of the day? Can we get to 323.85? That would be wild. Nvidia, same thing, got some lower highs. That might be an interesting one. 444.83. How low can you go? 444.43. What if I take that to the high of the day? That's 4/5. That's wide. I'd have to take it up here. 448.18. 48.18. We need 436 and change for 2 hours, and 1.2 is 439.93. Have to get a new lower low. It's not bad. I want to see if I can get that tighter. Or 47.67. This would be 437.95. That's how I'd have to play it if I think this market is going to come down, which I don't know yet. And then again, AMD still looks strong. NVIDIA's not as strong. PayPal, maybe double bottom on PayPal. Um, 914. All right, I'm just gonna hang out for another second, but I kind of like this double. I'm gonna play this double top actually. I've talked myself into it. Day trade, NVDA, 444.43 by 447.67. And then if we do want to bounce bullish, it is what it is. Hopefully we don't get triggered. Video, so shorts. I'll throw the order in. It might be an immediate cancel. Four 444.43. We're really trying to do something crazy. That'd be right under that candle. Double bottom on Tesla again. Does it hold? I don't know. Right now, SPY is trying to do a bullish engulfing candle. Apple. I'm going to cancel NVIDIA, so I'm not taking that one. Let me throw that in Slack. Cancel NVIDIA. It's showing me too much strength right now. What I was essentially hoping, and what we could do if we still want to take it, I'd have to just readjust it. So it'd be 445.74. 445.74. I'm gonna need a lot to happen. Stop would be 450.11. And then I'd have to get down to 437 on that, which is doable. It's possible. Did get some increased volume on that candle, but right now it's showing me there's a little strength in here, so I might wait. And then I did want to see where this candle on the 5-minute for the SPY closed at, and that did close a bullish engulfing candle. We did get above the VWAP, above the moving averages, so that looks decent. Tesla, nice little double bottom. So for you guys that are hanging in there bullish, looking decent. Boeing, maybe. Could get a tight setup. Try it again. 231.77. Stop would be 230. 230.40. 230.40. Maybe. We would need 235.88. 2 Rs. 10 EMA. If we 10 EMA it, that would be 233.41. So back to the highs of the day from 1.2. I'm going to take that one. My personal Day trade. Boeing. 231.77 by 230.40. I'm going to set it up in the broker. This is how it's going to look. I'm not actually going to enter the trade until this candle closes. Closes as any type of a high wave. I'm taking it. Anything red, I'll probably try to take it. $231.77. Let's go, Elon. Elon pumping it. Pump up the jam. All right, we're going to try Boeing again. Oh, I got left a minute on this candle. This would be your little S-curve spot. All right, I'm going to try it again. We'll see. I got the order out there, so. Essentially looking for this maybe little double bottom, consolidation, ABC. It's about the 50% retracement. And we'll just see if that thing wants to hold. Ivo says Frog. Frog, the AI. That's the one they make like AI garbage cans, I think. I think that was them. Just kind of trading sideways at this point. Yeah, you do have a little bit of a double bottom in there. Volume is going to be very extremely light. What's the spread on this thing? This is about a 7-cent spread, so not horrible. I've seen worse for sure. Double bottom on PayPal, so I don't know. That might be an interesting one too. Bullish engulfing candle. Is this going to really start to rally today? What would I get if I do a $55 put on PayPal? About 40 cents. Whoa. That's cursor's wild. Let's see if we can get any love back in on Wayfair. Let's check that one out. Three-minute candle close above 87.22. The sky is the limit. Straight moon target. It's got all types of momentum in it. And again, the market is trying to rally back. We got to watch out for a double top. That could still come into play on the market. But I do like that setup on Boeing if it wants to play out. And I like this double bottom on PayPal a lot too. I got to get this big pen thing off there. Driving me crazy. All right, we got Netflix, NFLX. Yep, that one's breaking nicely, so that looks good. Tesla looking good. Boeing still relatively hanging out. And what I'm thinking on Boeing too is if this thing wants to break, I'm more or less. I mean, yeah, it was bullish out of the gate today. Didn't really get as high as maybe I wanted it to, but I'm playing that gap from a couple days ago. Essentially, what I'm just trying to find good locations and play that momentum from the daily. But if we start to break underneath those candles, that would be a cancel. If we start, because this could also be some kind of a bear flag, and lower could definitely happen. But I think if we can start to get the break here, providing it's not an immediate trap candle, that should be decent. My stops are down here. I should quickly be able to get them up to that zone. And again, we're probably risking about half an hour for a decent trade if we can get there. Netflix moving your stops. Yeah, if you're sitting bullish on Netflix, that would be. I think you have a couple safe spots to move those stops. And again, I like this double bottom on PayPal. I just don't know if we could get any bull love on it today. But if there's a good solid setup on it, I will try it because I do like PayPal. We could watch AMD maybe for a reversal here. It's been kind of strong already. Got your Tesla stop up. Is that are you at break even or above or not yet? I forgot where you got in. I think you got in 252 something. Not yet. Okay, getting there. So I sold some AMD puts with RT3 yesterday. I guess I'll exit out. He's looking for a 50% capture, so I think I might do the same on that. We're at 36, 37. All right, Boeing dropped a little bit, starting to get a green candle again. We'll see if we get above that 10. If Microsoft could break out of those tweezer tops, it might be able to get one more little push on it. We'll see. Definitely some strength came in. I think the market's also at a little bit of a crucial spot too, where we got rejected pretty hard here once. Bulls were able to fight back, bring it right back up. Let's see if anything else is going crazy. Derivatives, Netflix. Not seeing any crazy news, nothing like that coming out. Wayfair stop is now 86.31. Let's see, Wayfair. There you go. Starting. Can you break that 88? 88, then Moon and Boeing might be a cancel soon, depending on how this candle closes. Closes as a high wave. I kind of want to come in lower with my entries. That would be a double bottom. Uh, how do I say your name? Is it Chandrasekhar? Is that is that close? You have your chat on host and panelist, but if I call you, is it Chandra? Did I say that one correct? Chandra? All right. Chandra just signed up. Welcome, Chandra. Beautiful. Yeah, in your Zoom panel, for some reason, I don't know why Zoom does it, but it is it just automatically puts everybody on host and panelist. So if it's on host and panelist, only I can see the comments. But if you want to just switch over to that chat pane to everyone, this way everyone can see the comments. Otherwise, people just think I'm talking to myself, and I think people think I'm crazy enough. So just trying to avoid the DFS down a little bit more. B, A, and C. Kind of hanging out. Boeing. Still got my order entry open. It's not really breaking down the level yet, so that's still good for me. Until we get one candle probably below this high wave, that's where I'll cancel. Or if the market looks like a dramatic pullback or something like that before we get filled, then I'll cancel it as well. Because I definitely want the market on my side, which right now it's looking okay. We've seen this look before, though. Microsoft's hanging out. Let's check on Wayfair again. There you go. It got through new highs of the day on Wayfair. I guess we could have just stayed in that one all day. Revised stop 86.59. 86.59. You're probably you got to be in the green with that stop. Beautiful. I love when you cannot lose money on a trade. They say there's no guarantees in the market. There is if you move your stop to the green. You guaranteed to not lose money. A little concerned with the sideways chop. Even with the market gaining momentum, Boeing's not really feeling it. Laura said, make sure you don't get passed up. Tesla, how's that doing for you guys? That one's looking good. So that was a strong double bottom. Where'd that volume candle? The volume candle came in on that breakout. You guys should be good. I'm surprised your stops are not higher. LWs. Well, you said it was 253 and change, I think. 253.50. All right, yeah, so that makes sense. Yeah, that's where mine would be. For some reason, I thought you still had it down here. All right, looking good. Let's see if we can avoid a double top on the Tessie. Again, Boeing just kind of curving around. Next stop for W is 87.23. That's looking good. Microsoft looking good. PayPal looks oddly good too. At least I'm intrigued. Down 11%. If we could get in at 64.72. 64.72. And the stop is 64. 2 hours is 66.15. We have to blow through that VWAP. 65.58, so 1.2. 65.44. So I can't make an R into VWAP. That looks like a good double bottom. All right, Hector, have a good one. Are they just going to suck some bulls in here? Did just make a new lower low. That looks trappy. Waited too long on my decision, it looks like. Looks like a phenomenal double bottom. And I still have Tesla open. I'm seeing what kind of volume's coming in here. It's not really doing too much. SPY looks like it's trying to break out again. Everything in the bullish direction. As of right now, I'd rather be leaning more bullish than bearish. I kind of almost want to bring my entry right to that high wave. All right, I'm going to take a cancel on Boeing. No excitement on that one today. PayPal would have been interesting. Cancel. Put that on Slack. Cancel Boeing. Now I'll probably start to wake up. And again, PayPal, that was a tough double bottom to ignore, but a little too slow. And we could try to catch a pullback on this thing. Maybe now we go still 64.72. Could probably get a retest. Boeing still kind of looks good. I'm gonna be like, why'd I cancel? I just canceled Boeing. Yeah. I kind of almost want to now play this candle. So entry somewhere around 231.62. What would that look like? 231.62. Still like where my stop is at. Huge volume on this Nvidia. I might go short. 447.86. 447.86. And I'll throw the stop up at 251.70. 251 point. No, wait, hold on. 451.70. Trade Nvidia. The only problem with this one is we do have VWAP. That's really good volume. That's exhaustion volume if I've ever seen it. And if we could take the breakdown, that would look good. We're gonna have this VWAP in the way. You got a 10 EMA bearish on AMD. Market still looks strong. We are breaking out of the top Bollinger Band. We did get a nice close up there too. On shop is at a double bottom on the 3-minute. Take a look. Wayfair looking great. From pre-market, yeah. From pre-market, you got a good double bottom. Again, you're down almost 4% on the day. Decent earnings. I really like to take this Nvidia bearish if that candle breaks. That looks like a phenomenal trap. But if even for me to get a 1R that's 40, I have to get down to 444, so that's below that VWAP. And then you got the market did put in a decent green candle. Now Boeing is trying to break out. Sorry, newbie here. Would you call out when you enter trade? Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So I'll say when I'm taking something, and then I'll also type it into the chat pane as well. When you say you joined, did you join free week or you signed up for like a all access pass subscription? Because if you're here for free week, you won't have Slack access, but if you did sign up for the all access pass, you should have access to Slack and probably would have received an email. So typically going forward too, I'll always put it in this chat pane as well on Zoom, but then I'll also put in on Slack so that anybody who's either in and out of Zoom or can't be there, or just another way to just follow the trade. But to sign up, yeah. Have you gotten into Slack yet? Unable to log in. Okay. Could you shoot me an email and then I'll send you another invite link. Send an email to support@reallifetrading.com. And then I'll send you another link that should get you in. This way, at least you can get set up with that too. Roku broke the 8 EMA on a 15. Yeah, nice little bounce on that one too. That kind of looks a little trappy on Boeing, but I still like it down here. And PayPal, that would have been a great trade to get into. I can't really go long on Nvidia, not up here. That is a very tempting short though. Tesla too, double top. And my only question would be, is this double top-ish? Fairly decent close on Nvidia. I don't really want to short, considering that the market is finally starting to break out. Got out of Tesla on the bull volume spike. The last one that we just came into, the double top. Yep. And again, with this short, I'm not saying that this is definitely the spot where like Nvidia starts to short or Tesla starts to short. But there is usually, if things are going up higher and you get that volume spike, and it looks very trappy for any noobs trying to get into this thing on a breakout, you just definitely trap some people. So I think we're okay if we set this in. For the breakdown, stop should be up here, because if that candle breaks, and maybe we can come in a little tighter on the stops. I'm like so close to wanting to set this thing up. 451.47. So let's take that stop down a little bit. Let's go 48. Essentially, we're playing this candle. We still need 444.24. That VWAP is going to cause a little issue. But if this is a double top, I think I have to take this one. So 447.86 by 451.48. I gotta play this candle. Let me get this into. But then the thing I hate the most is the market is actually starting to break out bullish. So we'll see if we get trapped or not. Otherwise, this could also be a good double top. Stop limit 447.86. 447.86. I'll try it. I like the good exhaustion volume play. So I got that one set up in the broker. VWAP could be an issue. But hopefully I can get my stops down into it if I do get triggered on this thing. PayPal starting to break. That was a gorgeous looking setup. I just could not pull the trigger on it. 10 seconds too slow. Win says, and you hate a bullish market because I want to say I hate a bullish market, Win. I just hate noobs trying to get in at the high of the day and then the exhaustion volume comes in after we kind of ran up a little bit. I'm just looking to trap some people. That's all. I don't think I'm being too unreasonable. David, did you take PayPal? Shop is setting up like PayPal did. Let's take a look. Do we have a round two? 2, 3. So this is probably your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This could be your ABC. Am I in the mood to take Shopify? Or create another missed opportunity? $60.32. 32. Your long shop and PayPal. Where'd that volume come in? So definitely want my entry above there, which that's where it would be. 59.30 would be my stop. One hour would be 61.34, so that looks good. 61.54, so we can make 1.2 into VWAP, so that's attractive. Okay, I'm gonna take that one too. Personal day trade. Shop 60.32 by 59.32. I think this is what I chased but trimmed already. Then I do have NVIDIA set up short. Let me just see the pre-market on this one. It's looking okay from pre-market perspective. I'm just trying to figure out if I want to click the button or not. Kind of want to see what happens on NVIDIA, but then I might be too late on shop. Now I could go 60.21. I could also see this being a really good entry spot, 59.79. So I'm going to wait a second on shop. I still think this NVIDIA looks a little exhausted. And then the market did put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green candles in a row. So I think there could be a little pullback somewhere. So now we're getting into that spot on Shopify where this should be outbound spot. If we're not going to create a new lower low, I'd like to see this area hold. And then I could maybe play this candle. $60 and even 18 cents. I don't think I could get my. All right, so $16.18. Stop could remain the same. Now we would need 61.23. I mean, risk reward is there. Where's our downtrend on this one? We broke the downtrend. I got to set the Shopify up too. I think I have to. All right. Copy. Stop. Stop limits. 60.18, 60.18. All right, so I got that one open as well. Such a shame we could not copy and paste into nightcap. It's only called nightcap if you're trading futures at night. That's it. It would be a lot easier since long short positions on TradingView. Yeah. Well, so it will hook up to TradingView, but not in audition stage. Once you get funded, I believe it will hook up. And then I think that would make it probably easier to work with. What is nightcap? It's usually the last drink you have before you put your head on the pillow, for the most part. Woodshed Williams. Got the OG in the house. Still confused about where I live, but he's still, can't be too upset with him. Win says from the grave. The famous Woodshed. Uh-huh. I think I'm gonna leave this one open on Shopify for one more minute, or 2 or 3 or something like that. But we'll see. If this candle breaks, I'm gonna be out. We honestly, even better risk reward. We could put our stop or entry down to this 59.72, but I don't want to be that aggressive on it. You could take whatever trade that you want to. I do have 2 trades set up. Brooks says, where do I live? I'm in PA, but I grew up in Long Island, New York. And then Woodshed just for some reason just thinks I'm in Jersey. So let me see where that I'm gonna put the 2 trades back into the chat for you in case you missed them. But I'm trying to go short on Nvidia. And I'm trying to go long on Shopify. So those are my 2 orders. I just threw that into the chat pane for you. Since you're new here, I'm not sure if you know kind of the formula there, but the first number is always your entry. The second number is always your stop. So for the case of Nvidia, your first number is lower than the higher number. So the higher number is your stop, meaning you're going short. For Shopify, your first number there is higher than your second. So that means you're going long. Yeah. Brooke, where are you from? And it's like 100 degrees. Oh, you're in Florida. Okay. Yeah. Florida could get cold though. All right, Brooke. It could get a little cold. I went there in January. It was like I only packed shorts and sunscreen, and I was ready to enjoy the beach weather. I went there in January. It was like 7 below zero. So I feel like you could vibe with some cold sometimes. All right, I still have Nvidia open, not in there. Where in where where in Florida are you? Uh, does dip to the 60s. It was no when I was there. That's what every Florida person tells me. Like, yeah, the max would be like 60. No, it was legitimately 7 below zero. It was like when you start like breathing all the smoke, like all the fog comes out. You contribute to global warming. It was that cold. It was that cold. Um, TJ is a stalker. Only if it's a Woodshed Williams. I don't. Nah, I try to stalk Woodshed as much as possible. Was this during the Ice Age? No, this was. I mean, I was in Animal Kingdom. I was with a company that did like summits and stuff like that. So they rented out Animal Kingdom. Somebody thought that was a good idea to do it on 7 below. Actually, so I did see a couple like frozen animals. Like there was a frozen monkey. He didn't move for a while. The lions you can get real close to because you don't have to worry about them eating your face off. So that was nice. But shop bouncing at low of the day. I got my order set up. We'll see. I'm not filled yet on Nvidia. Not filled on shop. That would be a double bottom. Like I said, too aggressively, yeah, 59.71 would have been a interesting spot to put that entry. But the market didn't really pull back or retest yet, and we're just living the dream inside this Nvidia high wave. So again, if we could get in this trade bearish and we start to trap those people, great. It's going to be a very difficult short if the market does want to go up, but hopefully we make more than we lose on one of these trades. Oh, you got filled on ACAP? All right. Chris says, no, filled on ACAP. Ivo says, so you're using VWAP for entry? Not for entry. No, my entry on Shopify would be, if I get filled, $60.18. So my VWAP is this purple line. That's going to be essentially more of my target. But I'm using the break of this candle. So a few things that I do like on this trade is the fact that I think I see a 5-wave count, unless I'm delusional, which let's not rule anything out, to be honest. But this, I think, could have been maybe our 1, our 2. That could be our 3, our 4, our 5. So I think this is our ABC. Here's our downtrend line. I know Woodshed could appreciate a good downtrend. We broke out of there. We came back. We retested it, and we're holding it. So there's a few things I like. Plus, risk reward down here looks good, where I could make at least with the setup a 1.2 into that VWAP. So I don't even really need like ultra strength. And obviously, PayPal got to VWAP. That one's struggling. PayPal, Shopify both reported earnings today, both down pretty big on it. Obviously, PayPal's getting absolutely crushed on earnings, and Shop's not that bad. But struggling around that VWAP, yeah, I'd probably be out at that 1.2. So I think if it's going to go, this would be the spot. But again, I'm risking an R. So whether it works or not, I'm comfortable with the loss. And why did we cancel Boeing again? I forget. Why don't I have more patience? You're able to do the pew pew pew? Yeah, a good pew 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 play. Always a fan favorite. New Jersey is the other guy that drops in every once in a while. Builds the crazy doll houses. First of all, I think if you live in Jersey, it's a requirement for you that you have to build doll houses. Um, but I don't know who you're talking about. Owned a hobby shop. Like says Microsoft here. One, two, three, four. Not sure. This should be your kind of retest spot. I think you could get one more bounce in it. But like I said, the market's not really rallying from here. It's tough to go short here because again, you do have VWAP right there, 327.71. It's already held up at this 326.70. So I would most likely be looking for taking everything 326.70. So if you can make the risk reward work, but otherwise, I think if you get one more bounce, that should help you out on that risk reward aspect of things. Win says we have 450 coming up on the SPY. Nothing like a good psychological whole number to ruin a bullish plan. Am I still not filled on anything yet? Let's see. Shop, no. Nvidia, no. Johnny comes in 17 minutes. Oh, I'm getting a scam call from Jensen Beach, Florida. That's got to be Brooke. That's Brooke. Is it? Do you know where Jansen Beach is? Is that? It's Jensen, Jensen. Answer the phone. Okay. Hello. Hello. Hello.
This is Daniel from US Solar. How are you today?
Fantastic. How are you?
I'm talking to the homeowner, right?
I do own a home. Yes.
Which electric bill is that $4?
I use flashlights.
I believe I'm talking to the homeowner, right?
You're still talking to the same person. Yes, we didn't change.
I will change the phone.
Fantastic. I'm doing good. I do have a question. Do you think Nvidia is going to drop from here, or should I cancel the order? Do you think Nvidia is going to come down a little bit from here, or should I cancel on that order? Well, I'm trying to get short on Nvidia, but I'm a little concerned about the VWAP coming in. So we haven't broken down the high wave candle yet, so I'm not filled, but I'm trying to get in. And then I'm also trying to go long on Shopify as well. So I got one long, one short going on. Oh, you didn't answer my question.
I don't know what I'm talking about. That's why.
Oh, I see. Okay. If you take the beginner classes on real life trading. Oh no, I was wasting her time. No. No. I know they could have joined freely. We have that going on right now. That's crazy. I guess you just didn't know if Nvidia was going to be good or not. Let's see. I'm still not filled on Nvidia. 447.86. Did I get skipped? Let me refresh the broker. Nvidia Win says so I could call them back. Yeah, but what is your success rate of actually getting their cell phones? 0-ish? David's in. Yeah, so far I'm skipped. Ron says I got skipped. Alex is skipped too. Get the affiliate link handy. You might as well. I mean, we're here to enrich lives. Even if they have some solar power. I was about to pitch RLT. No, I wasn't about to pitch RLT. I was about to pitch their future. We're like, listen, you're sitting there in a call center all day. You could easily have Nvidia chart up. Easily. Uh, let's see. The craziest part of the call is I legit told him that I light my house by flashlights, and that was good enough to transfer. He's like, "Yo, okay, I feel you." Like, what? What? That's you want to? I could get approved to get to the next level of phone conversation using flashlights. Okay, hot dog. Nvidia turned profitable as soon as you were talking. I know I need her to call back. I should have got the cell phone, but she didn't. She didn't help me whatsoever because she skipped my trade. I think I was talking to the broker. That's what I think I was talking to. So I still got the order out there. We'll see if I get filled or not. I still got Shopify out there. Lady from Solar Panel Company. She was zero help on any of my plays so far. So a little bit of a downer, but yeah, she's tinfoil hat theory. She was straight just scamming me. I think she was trying to distract me from getting into my order, so I wouldn't make some profit. Now I'll have less money than I had before. I'm not able to grow it, so I'm gonna have to try to save some money on solar power. I think it's very possible. Let's see. It's still open. Still a shot. And the Boeing we canceled, the shop we left open, the Boeing would look decent. We'd be profitable right now, and that one moving stops up. Did anybody keep Boeing open? Shop is struggling, yeah. Again, if it breaks down now, this double bottom, I'm going to cancel again, just so that we can make sure we cancel the order right before the actual pop comes in. Come on, vids, fill me. What do I need? 86. Wait till she hits the trend line. What is this? Oh, futures. Yeah, you want to go short? Well, I'm trying to go short on the vids. I'll have some piece of that action if they can fill me. Ron is. You guys are playing Wayfair without zero fear. I mean, it's up only 21%. Doesn't mean it can't go higher, but you got in, you're getting in at 88.21. So you just got into that one. Yeah, still got that, still at least got momentum in it. I'll give it that. But it is definitely high on the day. And still no love on the vids. Oh, there we go. Probably when I didn't want to get filled, but you know, it is what it is. I'm in. Let me get my stop out there. I got to call back Solar Pattern Lady. Let her know I got filled. Stop. Points. So 451.48. Oh, I thought she was calling me back for a second. She's not. I was gonna be excited. I was gonna be thrilled. All right. So let's see. Woodshed promised me this market's coming down, so I think I like that confidence. Yeah, we might need solar power, no, solar lady to call. We might need her. All right, we said, yep, you're at that trend line now. You also got about 30 cents until that 450 number. So do we get a pop, a stop, and then a drop? I don't know. They're buying it with vengeance. And Shopify, such low volume on Shopify. I don't really love that either. But this would be a decent location to try it still. We got 8 minutes till Johnny comes in. All right, if I don't get filled on Shopify before Johnny, we'll cancel. That will be a cancel then. Boeing looking good for that S curve. SPY really picking it up, but into that little downtrend. So if we're gonna get rejected, this should be, I agree with you, Witcher, this should be the spot. And I just think I said I was gonna wait till Johnny, but shop looks like it's gonna bore me out of my mind. I'm gonna cancel shop. Cancel shop. Cancel shop. Felix says on Tesla around 1050, that hammer followed by the doji before it popped up. Is that pattern called anything? Is it a pattern? I'm still learning here. Let me see. 1050 Eastern, I'm guessing. 1050. You're probably looking at this so this one obviously would be a hammer, right? At an interesting location. So I would do a couple things. One is location is extremely important in the stock market. So we had some bullish sentiment out of the gate on Tesla, right? There's a lot of people that might have missed it that said, man, that thing ran. Where could I get back in? So if we were to look at Tesla, we were to draw a fib. Here's that 618 retracement. So the 50 is pretty strong usually. 618 is even stronger. Usually if we start getting closes below it, it doesn't look as great. So down here, I don't really have an entry on that first little drop. It just kind of fell right out of bed. Then it pops up. This hammer came at an amazing location because now what you have is you do have a double bottom potential, right? So this is telling me that there's bulls coming in on that hammer. We did get back down to price and the bulls were able to carry it back. So they closed this one at the 618 right above it. Nice little hammer sitting right there. Plus you have this double bottom from here. And then the other thing that's kind of attractive about that hammer is, I mean, a hammer's just a hammer. They're just showing some bullish sentiment, but now you're also getting the volume starting to come in too. Right. So you have volume during that time frame come in, and that's a good location. So realistically, what you could have done on entry, and I didn't do it. I think we were in something else at the time potentially, but entry right above that hammer. And then if you want to go ultra aggressive, your stop could be somewhere down there, even right at the low of this. So somewhere down here. Again, you're risking 1R, so whatever your unit is, but you're putting a risk on that says, okay, if this candle comes down, like I don't really want this to break because that's the double bottom play you're playing. Right? So now in terms of stops, right? If you've been trading for a while, you just honestly don't care if you lose money because you're trying to get the best risk to reward possible, that would be it. But if you want to go a little bit wider with stops, because either one, I would tell somebody newer to trading, like don't worry about so much getting your smallest setup possible. Like it's okay if you want to take your stop, put it down here. Right? Because essentially what you're trying to do is just not lose money in the market. So if you go stop here, you're playing this double bottom. As soon as that candle comes in with that close, Now you can probably get your stops right to that double bottom, and you're already taking risk off the table. So you're already coming in saying, yeah, okay, I'm risking about half an hour for it to go higher. Does that make sense? But it's a little bit of a double bottom. You do have a hammer, and then that high wave is kind of like a indecision resting candle, also providing a nice little breakout spot. Uh Jack says I got in at 255.60 on Tesla. 255.60. Target is at 258. You're gonna need a little more continuation. So far, Woodshed's nailing that little potential resistance. 255.60. Yeah, you're gonna have to watch out for this double top. Again, could it go higher? Yes, absolutely. But I think a lot of people, after this is the spot that it came in first for the sell, I think a lot of people, anybody who even got into this setup, they're probably going to try to lighten up, take some profits up in that zone. So then you could see a little pullback. Where's your stop on this one? I'd be looking to see if this thing comes back down to this 250. What is that? 255, 255.44, and then see if you get your bounce there. And we're trying something similar on Nvidia, which I think I am slightly down on. Nothing crazy yet, but I'm looking for this to be my double top. And I like the exhausted volume candle. Whether this thing holds or not, I have zero clue. But what I do know is volume is key. So I know that after this move that we've had, I mean, that's a crazy $12 move from bottom to top, maybe $13 move from bottom to top. So that's a big move on Nvidia. We pulled back. This is probably close to your 50% retracement. I actually think we did this before. I think that is the 50%. So if you missed it and you're bullish, this is a good location to try to get in. Right. But now you have other people profitable. And now you're approaching that double top. A lot of people will go, especially a lot of new people in the market. As soon as you start to break out some of these levels, they're like, man, okay, if this thing breaks, it's going to go another $10, $20. This thing is just nonstop. Eventually, things pull back. And once you have that new break, this was technically new high of the day on Nvidia. A little bit indecision, do we go higher or not? But this trapped at least those bulls. So that's why I wanted to design my trade where trap all of those bulls that came in, make them sweat a little bit, and then see if we get this kind of breakdown. And my stop is up here just because if that's an indecision, we break high of the day, then we're not really trapping anybody on this candle. And we most likely just will continue higher. And still, I think we're going to have a struggle bus because there's people already profitable from either in here or all of this move as well. Which it says target is when she hits the green line to the downside. Would you put your stop on this one? I could. You're gonna have to fight through a few spots, but I know you don't mind holding. This is probably also a decent spot to get some puts on the SPY too. We'll see. Nvidia is just a 1.2. Yeah, let me throw out the target on that one. I'm gonna go for 443.51. Target on Nvidia is 443.51. We're still going to need a little bit of extra weakness. Hopefully, the market could provide that. I would be interested in getting my stops down too, but I don't know what's going to happen around. Obviously, Nvidia was a little bit stronger today. Nice rally, but VWAP is going to be, I would assume, kind of difficult to break. We're not really flushing yet. This candle will give me a decent location to put my stop down. I'm just waiting like another 3 minutes or something like that. Especially if we can start getting a close. If we can get a close under 447.10, I think then I can get my stop to probably 450.39. Just take some risk off the table and see what happens from there. Which it says we will. DraftKings is almost giving back all of the day. Yeah, we could be in a sell the rally type scenario.
What's up, Danny J?
Johnny G in the house. What's up, buddy?
How you doing, brother?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Had a few trades. We're up for the day. I'm in on Nvidia. That's a nice hammer on shop if anybody's interested. But we're in Nvidia trying to see if we get any type of a pullback. It's not there yet. But
sounds good.
Roughly around flat-ish. So we'll see.
That's the only one you're in right now?
That's it for me for right now. Yep.
All right. Sounds good. Let me get your target and stop on. Yeah.
All right. So far I haven't moved stops yet. So I got 451.48 as my stop.
451 what?
48. And I'm just going to gun for the 443.51 for now. And then if I do update the targets or anything like that, I'm going to need a little bit of breakdown and see how we kind of interact with this VWAP for me to extend targets. But for right now, I'm just looking for a 1.2.
And I'm sorry, what was that? At what?
1.2 is 443.51.
443?
Yes, sir. I believe that's a 1.2, right? Yep, that's 1.2.
443.51.
Correct.
Okay. Let me get that all on my chart. Your stop is still at 451.48.
48. Yep. And if we could break down this little, I don't know if we can or not, but if we could break down this little spot, my stop is going to probably go right above that candle. Also had some decent volume in it. And I'm going to see if I can take it. Just kind of walk those stops down. So for right now, again, I don't know what's going to happen around VWAP. I'm hoping we can get some selling. But if we could get through that VWAP and start to hold, I might be able to move my stops a little bit or targets a little bit, as long as I can get my stops down too. But for right now, I'm just going to see if we could lose as little as possible, and hopefully we could get some kind of break eventually.
Okay. That sounds like a winner to me.
We shall see. No problem, Rob. You got it, Terry. All right, team. Johnny, can you believe there's only like one more day of like the free week is flying?
Today, what's today?
Today, I think it's Thursday.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
We have a blast, man, when we're trading with the whole crew.
I know. Love it.
Wow,
We'll
man.
see. We will see. But
all right,
guys. I will catch you.
Let me grab the
today,
screen
actually.
from you.
We got Pivot Podcast coming in a little bit later. Yep, grab the screen.
Oh yeah.
Make you a host.